here's how, like, I'm imagining something like that goes. If Mark is saying, a bunch of writers are writing that the 49ers are disappointed, there's got to be something to it.
Wow.
You said, well, why would the Niners do that? I don't think it was the Niners. It could be like I'll just use this guy's name. Like it could come from anywhere. Like DeMeco Ryans, where he's Houston, right? Yeah. So he goes to Houston and they got their assistant coaches and they got people in their facility, and somebody asks him, what's going on in San Francisco? You know what? They don't like Trey. I can just tell you they don't like Trey. They thought he was going to be this and that. So, and then from like Houston, it gets out somewhere to a writer or whatever city. Because you kind of don't need it to be the Niners.
Right. But the bottom line is I feel like Trey Lance, and this is not how he wanted it, nor would he ever admit to it, but if this injury situation with Brock Purdy is delayed and it keeps him from OTAs or whatnot, here we are effing again with Trey Lance and all the stuff that makes us nervous, the bad things we hear about. Steiny, he's going to be on the stage and the lead to get the opportunity to show us if he was the man that they drafted. Like, that's fascinating to me. And I thought Brock Purdy was going to put that on hold or kind of dispel it in totality. Like, dude, it ain't going to pop for you here because we got our guy.
I don't necessarily think, there are degrees to everything. Do you think the 49ers have, in a way, maybe not given up on Trey Lance, but kind of like the Warriors with Wiseman? They look at him and say, he's not going to help for a little bit. And we've got to figure out something in the meantime, because I do feel like if Brock Purdy is delayed or has to miss the season, if Trey Lance isn't the starting quarterback week one,
oh man,
I'd be shocked. I mean, I would be shocked.
And I'll be right behind you. I would be right behind you. There's just no doubt about it. And I'll say this. I'm wondering for Kyle Shanahan and just his tenure here in San Francisco, can he go a whole football year without losing a quarterback? Like, is it going to be 3? Is it going to be 2? I don't know. But if you're telling me they're not happy with his running style, then again, what did you see in the workout that had you move mountains to get him? Like, that's why I'm holding out hope. And I'll say this about Trey. There were concerns. Accuracy for me, getting how fast he was getting rid of the ball, and we saw Purdy show what that looks like, when you're in control and you're doing it the right way. I just don't think there's been enough football with Trey Lance under center, Steiny, to where they're like, this dude is what James Wiseman was to the Warriors when they decided he can't help us. So to your point just a second ago, I don't think we're nowhere near there with Trey Lance, Steiny. It was game 2, I believe, against Seattle after losing to that 10-point lead against the Bears. So I just don't I don't think they're that they look at him like, holy crap, this dude can't play.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't disagree with you there at all. It just, to me, I wouldn't have given necessarily Brock Purdy the start. I mean, I guess if you have to come into camp with a guy taking reps with the starters and one guy not, fine. Then somebody's going to have to be the 1 and be the 2 at the start of camp. And if it were Purdy, that's fine because he ended the year like he did. But what if the only thing that I would come back with on the Wiseman comparison, and we got into this, Steiny, you would say, Steiny, let's get Wiseman out there. He should be playing. And I said, well, what if he's practicing? Like, sometimes you can see stuff in practice where you almost have to protect a kid.
Wow.
And I firmly believe that the 49ers have more of an indication, obviously, of what they think of Lance than anybody else. I just don't know what it is. I don't know. I still think Kyle Shanahan, because of his personality, if Lance has the tools, then Kyle Shanahan probably thinks he can turn him into a real good quarterback.
Yeah.
I would think.
I agree wholeheartedly. And what did I say is the Niners went on to win 10 in a row. I was like, I'm getting the feel, and I told you this. You're going to remember. I just get the feel Kyle can do it with any quarterback. Remember I told you? I mean, I was drinking the Kool-Aid that much, and then I think about Mullins and Beathard, but there was no McCaffrey and these cast of characters they have now. This offense outside of the quarterback is loaded. I mean, any quarterback outside of Trey Lance to come here and inherit this weaponry, Steiny, watch out now. So it ain't going to be, to me,
that's
a Mike
the thing.
White or a Matt Ryan, that corpse. They're done.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's the part I don't know. And it's like when you say, I think, and let's be clear. Let's be clear. When we say, I'm starting to think Kyle can win with any quarterback. With this particular team.
Preach. Yeah.
Not with, you better be this good offensively and defensively for you to win with any kind of quarterback.
And let's throw the kid a bone. Trey Lance. He didn't get the luxury, and you pointed this out about a month ago, when we had the conversation in regard to, you know what, Goo? Trey Lance never played it down with McCaffrey. I mean, that would just make it better. You know what I mean?
You would think.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's logical.